Hi, I'm Ronnie from Ronnie's Garage, and we're having our monthly tech meet. And today we'll be fixing the wires in a driver's door of a Bentley T2.
Okay, well then we've got another issue which is common here, that he just there's a smoking gun right there.
If it was a driver's door, it would have been fixed the first week I had it.
All right, so I don't care how long you've been around cars, but when you see something like that, you think there might be a problem.
What is it, Ronnie?
There's some broken wires here, just hanging loose. And if you look in here, there's even more. So the fact that the problem might be in this switch is a moot point right now if we've got all these broken wires here. So
is there a wiring harness that you have to replace, or do you splice new wires on it?
you can replace a wiring harness if you can find one. I guarantee you finding a new wiring harness for a 78 Bentley T2 would be nigh impossible. So typically what you have to do is repair it. And sometimes you see stuff like this when a car has gone to a body shop, because let's say they got to pull the door to fix it, and then they go in there and they go, oh, I got to take half the car apart, pardon my language, forgot, to unplug it. Okay, so I'll just cut it here. That's the easiest place to get to. And then typically they'll put those little crimp-on butt connectors.
Were these cut?
Well, it's hard to say right. They are cut right now. I don't know how, though. There's no evidence of any butt connectors, so I doubt that. What you got here is you got a band of wires going in here. They go in through a plug in the bulkhead here, and then they come in through this little metal case here, and then into the door. But this action of this door going in and out, and remember this is the driver's door. First of all, it has the most wires to it, because all the windows and the rest of the door come to here too. And it's the most used door. So this action back and forth, there's normally this little tab is straight like that. So it's parallel to this surface here, and then there's a piece of rubber, a rubber flap that is riveted on there. And that's to hide this stuff in here. But this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, you do that with a wire long enough, and it's going to break. So this is we're going to segue into another repair here. We're going to pull the door panel anyway, so we can get some better access. The problem with people putting butt connectors in there is that's a bad place. It's going to work it, and it's just going to break again. So the right fix is to actually cut the wires inside the door, run a new wire out here, and attach it. Yeah, it's a bigger repair. There's a big gang plug. We'll get it apart. We'll just take it apart and we'll do it. And this goes back to our earlier conversation about working on 40, 50-year-old cars. You think is a straightforward, simple repair. There's not enough there.
Are these broken wires affecting that window on the other side? Is that
well, if the wire that feeds that switch is over there, which we had no voltage over there, right? Until I activated this, are probably one of the broken ones. I can see one is a speaker wire, so the speaker's probably not working on this door. Oh, it does?
So should you have checked there first to say, this is where I need to start, then to start on that door?
See, the window worked. It was slow. That's what we were going to work on, the pesky slow windows. Mm-hmm. But now we're fixing a door harness. So anybody going to National here? Tahoe? A couple weeks? No? Huh?
Are you going?
Yeah, I hope I make it there and back. I'm driving a Bentley.
Thank God you know a good mechanic.
Well, it doesn't do you much good to know a good mechanic when you're stuck out in the middle of the desert on the 395.
What seminars are you doing?
Oh yeah, I've got to teach 2 seminars or present them. One is going to be on silver shadow hydraulics, the mechanic's point of view. So that means the engineer's point of view is invalid. And then the other one The other one will be silver cloud steering boxes, since there seems to be a lack of information out there on how to work on those things. And on the steering boxes, I've had a lot of feedback on the YouTube videos on that. I've had a lot of work come in because of that. Okay.
Ronnie, let me ask you something about putting that door back. You got a lot of clips there. How do you get them all aligned? Because I would imagine they're loose in that door panel there.
Yeah, the panel.
Is there a secret to getting them all lined up so you can push that door in without
Patience.
without pushing it through the leather?
Well, that's the thing. It won't go through the leather, but you'll bend them.
Then
And you can see the
they're
retainer
easy.
is slotted. So you just got to line them up as you go. What I usually do, and hopefully I'll be putting this back together, is I get the upper one started, and then I'll just take a screwdriver and kind of line it up until I feel it go in, and then pop them when I start to getting a few
It
in.
still takes a lot of patience.
Yeah, well, they say it's a virtue. Yeah.
Yeah, if you buy a Rolls-Royce, you need lots of it.
All right. So if I remember correctly, the wires go up inside behind the speaker, so we'll pull the speaker. If it used to work, it won't work again. This is not a factory speaker, but it fits. Typically the factory speakers will have a little thin plywood adapter. And that adapter is supposed to reduce any vibrations or maybe a tiny bit, but they're pretty close. They're 4 inchers. All right, so here's what we got. We got 2 speaker wires. Somebody has painted red paint on them so you don't mix up the polarity. Better on modern stereo systems with polarity. All right, so now we're going to see in here. As you can see in here, here's the harness. And somebody has already repaired one wire, because you can see that, oh no, wait, that's a factory there. That's a split. So this is, the idea is once, I'm going to get this panel off in here too. Let me do that. Most of these old cars, the screws are all missing, so it's no big deal. But typically there's a screw that goes down through here with a little snap ferrule, because the carpet's supposed to snap down. And this is nailed. There's a little piece of plywood here, so there's nails sticking out of here, and you just yeah, a tack strip. Yeah. So inside here, let me get them loose, and then I'll show you what we're going to do. So this harness right here has 3 big plugs. There's a lot of wires go to that window or this door. See that? So what we're going to do is we're going to start figuring out which ones we got to replace. Wow. We got a big old hot mess in here. So what I'm doing is just one by one pulling on these wires to feel which ones pull through, and then I'm pulling them through. See, this is one speaker wire that was broken, just so you know.
Was that one of them?
Yeah? Oh no, that's the original one, that's why. Yeah, somebody's run a new one, okay. We won't have to fix that one. So we got a yellow and what is this? Gray?
Oh, look like those are cut.
Okay, we should be getting there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to do is just get this out far enough to where I can find the matching wires, because we've got to fix 6 of them.